Afternoon, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earth Watch, Wednesday, July 16, 2025. A follow-up for the 7.3 earthquake, Alaska Peninsula, south of Sandpoint. I'm going to go over a few things, then I'm going to go back in history. So we do have several buoys into event mode now. I want you to pay attention to this pattern because it happened about 4 years ago. So our earthquake is right here. Now we have 8 buoys that went off more or less at the same time. We're going to start off with the most westerly one, the furthest away from the epicenter. Now this one is showing a sudden drop. So 5,439.25 meters from, let's say, 5,442.75 meters. So quite a bit of a drop. Almost 4 meters pulled down, according to this information. Just before 2048 UTC. Let's go on to the next one. Now, according to this information, over 2.5 hours before, it looks like there's starting to be some subsidence of the ocean floor, maybe. Next one. The same thing here. These are our normal wave patterns. This is the one closest to the epicenter. And finally, now we're starting to rise. So you know what I see? What I see, I have to look at it further. This side of the north end of the Pacific plate dropped down while this side of the Pacific plate rose up. Our fulcrum point is right here. Now, I'm going to show you something. So today's earthquake is right here. On July 28, 2021, on the opposite side of Sand Point, there was an earthquake that initially came in as a 9.5. They very quickly downgraded that earthquake. You want to see what happened? Let's go take a look. I'm not going to do any cleanup editing on this video here. This is a very old video on the date of the earthquake. On the north end of the Pacific Plate, every single buoy from Japan all the way to Oregon went into event mode 10 minutes after the earthquake. I say again, 10 minutes after the earthquake struck, all these buoys on the north end of the Pacific Plate went into motion. A few minutes later, 2 in the Caribbean and 1 off the coast of New York and or Nova Scotia. And also 1 in Hawaii. Let's play it again. Japan, all the way to Oregon. All those went off in 10 minutes after the earthquake. A few minutes later, 2 in the Caribbean, 1 off the coast of New York, Nova Scotia, and Hawaii. Now, we're going to go ahead 2 weeks. On August 12th, 2021, there was an 8.1 earthquake in the South Sandwich Islands. It was preceded by a 7.5. There were so many earthquakes at that time, they had to sort through all this data to find the 8.1. This, folks, is the antipode from the Alaska earthquake. So, today's earthquake, right here. The one, 2021, right here. The antipode, the pinpoint antipode is right here. But it's going to follow the path of least resistance, South Sandwich Islands. I'm not finished. That is antipode. Fulcrum point is a point in between 2 earthquakes. August 12th, 2021. This one is still going off, shooting off 7+ earthquakes 2 days before August 12th. The fulcrum point. So the seismic energy will spread. The seismic energy will spread. It'll meet in the middle, the fulcrum point. That fulcrum point is the Caribbean. 2 days later, after the South Sandwich Islands earthquake, 7.2 earthquake in Haiti, in which 2,240 people were killed. Fulcrum point hit August 14, 2021. Go back quickly. July 28. This came in as a 9.5. They downgraded to an 8.2. A little less than 2 weeks later. 8.1. 2 days later. 7.2. Haiti. Many fatalities. 650,000 people requiring assistance. The day before this one, pay attention. The buoys, one in the Gulf of Mexico, one off the coast of Chile, go into motion, event mode, and Andaman Sea. So this one here, Andaman Sea, off the coast of lower Peru, upper Chile. See this one here, That one's in the Gulf of Mexico. That goes off just before the Haiti earthquake. Play this one more time before we leave. These two are precursors. Something hit the bottom end of the north end, the bottom of the north end of the Pacific Plate. That vibration is what set off all the buoys. Let's go down to the current time right now. Refresh this. So I would be watching this area and the same areas as 2021. Unfortunately, because they've done some reprogramming of the buoys, they no longer registered or access to the public when a buoy goes into motion in the absence of an earthquake. And so just quickly before I leave, antipode earthquakes. This was done by a study from the Oregon State University, looking at 44 years worth of earthquakes. Anything with a magnitude of 6 or 6.5 or larger, that seismic energy will travel through the center of the earth and come out at the opposite end within 30 degrees. The energy will find a point of least resistance. On its way through the center of the earth, it will lose between a magnitude 1 to a 1.5. This confirms that the July 28, 2021 earthquake was a 9.5. It lost a magnitude of 1.3 approximately by the time it struck an 8.1 here in South Sandwich Islands. So, folks, anything with a magnitude, let's just say it's a magnitude 7 and above, by default, they have to issue a tsunami warning, understandably. Okay, they have to do it understandably. It's an alert. It's not a confirmation. And the timing of these buoys going off right after the earthquake is too soon for it to be a tsunami wave. Okay, folks. Remember this one, July 28, 2021. That is all.